Hi there guys, FS Coach Mental, and we back again. Yes sir, I hope you guys are ready. We are going to finally cover the market analysis for this week. Remember guys, you're going to learn a lot. And for those of you guys who want to know, we're going to be dropping this analysis weekly. And for those of you guys who also want to stay tuned in our prop firm journey, some of you guys know that we've been trading prop firms, we've been killing the markets, we trade personal accounts, we trade prop firms, and it's been a buzz in terms of the community asking us how we're able to maintain consistency while trading the forex market. So don't forget to click the link in the description and join our free public groups. That's where we're going to be sending some of our analysis. And on this channel, guys, we're going to do the breakdown together with you guys. So the first things first, we're going to be looking at gold. And what we can see, guys, already here is that gold, it's been on a very strong rally, or we call it a bull volatile, right? The market has been shooting up and has been pushing all the way towards the upside with the strong momentum. So one thing that we do, guys, before we analyze, we always start from high time frames. And in this video, guys, we're going to teach you how to analyze with all types of analysis. The reason we're able to find consistency and the reason why we've been profitable these days is because we don't only rely on one type of analysis. I've seen a lot of people in the industry whereby they rely solely on technical or either fundamental analysis, whereas we rely on fundamental analysis, we rely on technical analysis, we also use sentimental analysis, and we also use tools that help us have a statistical edge in the market. And we're going to show you one of the tools that we have. It's one of the script that we have created, and it's only with access to the 4.0 students, but I'm going to be analyzing a bit with it for you guys as well, just to show you a bit of touch of how we're able to integrate price action and SMC. You guys know that we've always focused on the craft, and with these videos, guys, the only thing we're trying to do is try to build a community whereby we can help you guys learn how to trade and really find what's really working. So guys, we can see already with gold, this was our previous high, right? This is the extreme high. We haven't yet had a high higher than this level over here currently on this current market, and we can see that the market has been trapped in some sort of a consolidation. So the reason we start from a high time frame is because from a high time frame we're able to have a more broader analysis. It's more like a future projection, and then on the smaller time frames, that is where we're going to look for entries, and so that will help us have a more better understanding as to how much you can hold our trades, because we also swing trades, we also scalp trades, and you're going to see how to benefit using these types of methods of trading. So looking at gold currently, guys, you can see that when the market started giving us a turn towards the upside was mainly around the 7th of October when the war started. Right, you guys know about the war, and we know around this level here, there's also economic factors affecting the markets together with technical analysis. These factors do contribute, but not a lot. It's just a combination that helps you to have a more informed decisions, because news do affect the market. So we can see already here, guys, we had that rejection over here. I'm going to show you the analysis that we had previously using all our tools on how we were expecting gold. There were two possibilities whereby the market could either push all the way towards the downside, or the market could give us a breakout retest and push towards the upside, of which that was the case here. So just looking at gold quickly, and what we can see is there's possibilities of gold actually hitting that top over there, right? But there's going to be a lot of market consolidations for that to happen. This is just a focus on a high time frame. And then now moving forward, we can see that gold was coming from a bearish trend. You can see we're coming from a very strong bearish trend, and then from there the market gave us a breakout retest in a rally, meaning that it was a lot of strong bullish momentum. We can see the market imbalance giving it enough momentum to push all the way towards the upside. So already what we can see is that this is the analysis that we had. Remember, guys, we always use all types of analysis, and we're gonna help you guys spot how we enter these trades and how we're able to benefit by knowing that we don't only use retail information, we also trade the institutional way. That is why we have the institutional strategy. We always take trades that are against the other 95%. We're always part of the 5%, and we're also going to teach you guys how to do that while you trade with us. We're also going to show you how we execute, and that's the same thing that you're going to learn from this channel. So from overall time frame, guys, we can see that gold has been on an overall bullish trend. We can see the market has been overall bullish. We know on the macro scale the market is still bullish because it's currently in this consolidation. The consolidation can play around a lot, but if the market gets a chance to break above that area, that is when we're going to have a macro perspective of the market going all the way towards the upside, right? Those are the possibilities. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove all the drawings after having that better understanding, and we also want to put in one of our tools, that's the FS code strategy. So basically, guys, remember we always told you use all types of analysis, because people only solely rely on one type of analysis, and that is why they're not able to reach profitability. So with this tool, guys, This is a script that we've built on our own with the information that we've learned to help some of the people who are not able to utilize, the opportunities in the market. Those who are still beginners, they can know where to buy, where to sell, and stuff like that. So I'm a professional trader. So there's a lot of things that I don't need from this instrument. Right now I'm going to remove that and also remove the linear regressions candles. This is sentimental analysis that once that I've improved, you can know when there's more buyers and more sellers, right? I'm also going to remove a few things. I don't need the buys and sells. I'm already an advanced trader, so I'm going to remove the shapes. I'm going to remove all the shapes and I'm going to leave this plot. I'm also going to remove this. So basically I want to keep it like this, which is the easiest for you guys to see. Like I told you guys, there's multiple ways to approach the market. Don't let anybody tell you that this is how to get the market. This is the only way that is working. A lot of people do a lot of things that you guys don't know. That's why they always have an edge. And that is the same that we do. We look at the market in all perspective. And you guys are going to see exactly how we're able to profit, right? Gold has been bullish and we are currently expecting gold to continue pushing towards the upside, mainly because we know that the majority is looking for sales, right? And that is sentimental analysis. We know that the majority of people are entering sales, hence gold is most likely to buy. What we need to understand is now the demand and supply, right? We know at this level here, this will be our demand zone, and all the way over here, this will be our supply zone. And this over here will be our supply zone. So what does this help us? This is basically understanding setups, right? So we also need to know market structure. For example, we can already see what's happening here. The market was giving impulse move correction, impulse move correction, impulse move correction, and then we later had a breakout retest in a rally, and the market is shooting up all the way towards the upside, meaning that we had a demand area over here. So that's where the market was able to break demand all the way at the bottom, because that is what you guys also need to understand. This is where big banks were waiting. They were waiting to reverse the price all the way towards the upside, and we are approaching our supply, which that is where we're gonna expect either a push towards the upside or a reversal towards the downside. But we're gonna also look at factors that are gonna help you guys know how to benefit from this information. So now going to the hour time frame, we've already established our demand and supply zones. We've already looked at our support and resistance levels. We've already used our price action. Now we're basically looking at the market from an institutional point, which is SMC, and that is what we did. Currently, we can see that gold is on a strong bullish momentum. We can see that in order for us to look for those entries, we can see the market has been respecting the demand zone. You can see over here we had a demand, whereas the market was pushing all the way towards the upside, and it played inside our demand zone, and a break around those levels pushed us towards the upside. And that's the same thing that happened here as well. You can see already, if I move this all the way, that's the same thing that happened here as well, right? You can see that is the current formula that's been happening on the market. And that is just a quick look in terms of what to expect. So currently, guys, what you can expect from the market is a few things. We can see that as long as we're still above this area, we're still looking for overall buys. We're gonna start looking for sales if we break below this level, because the structure currently is proving for us that we're going to be having a most likely bullish possibility. And if I take it back to the daily time frame, right? If I take it to the daily time frame, like I said, guys, the market could be playing in this region to test the supply. So the market could still retest and continue pushing all the way towards the upside. We need to see whether the market breaks above or breaks below. This is the rectangle whereby if it breaks below, we're going to look for the overall sell towards the downside. And should the market break above, right? Should the market break above, that is when we're going to start looking for a push all the way towards the upside. That is the other possibility that is happening on gold currently. So in order for you to look for entries, you need to wait for the market to give you direction. And you guys can see already we were waiting for the market, and that is why we had that rejection over here. The rejection that happened here was giving us the new demand zone that is happening here. We've had a breakout retest. Of course, this was our previous supply zone, and over end of supply becomes demand, which is the end of support becomes a resistance. So you can see already with the previous analysis, we're saying either gold could push to the downside, right? Or it could push to the downside, or it could push all the way towards the upside, and of which that was the case here. So now we know the majority of people are selling, hence the market is buying, because you always go against the majority. This information, you can also look at it from market sentiment. You can see already with gold, we're saying you can see that the majority of traders are basically holding sells, and that is why the minority is holding buys, and we always go with the minority of which that's where the banks are. So basically, sentimental analysis is also the data that is required from the banks for them to basically, the banks are required to disclose the positions that they are holding, and we also use the same information. And basically, guys, as a trader, there's no need for anyone to spoon feed you. You just need to learn, and from there, everything takes practice. Being able to use all these kinds of analysis, we use analytical analysis, sentimental, fundamental. There are so many types of analysis that we use that helps us better predict the market, right? And that is the same thing that you need to do for yourself. So if you're looking for possible entries, you need to wait for the market to either give us those possible sells or wait for the market to break above and give us those possible buys, right? At the end of the day, it will all be according to the analysis. You're going to need to wait for the market to come to you. But in the current market, we've seen that gold is most likely to continue pushing all the way towards the upside. We're either waiting for a push towards the upside, or we're waiting for that reversal all the way towards the downside, right? But we're also not disputing the fact that gold can try and retest its levels, and by so doing, it can end up pushing all the way towards the downside. But all of that will depend on how gold plays out. So the current position on gold now is to wait it out, or you can also ride all the buys towards the supply zone. So that is what we have for gold. We can also look at EURUSD. So for EURUSD, guys, we're gonna already start with our demand and supply. You guys have already seen how it works. So what I'm gonna do quickly is just to see exactly what has been happening with EURUSD. If you look at it from a higher time frame, you can see that in an overall time frame, right? Okay, there we go. EURUSD is in a bearish trend, right? On an overall time frame, you can see that EURUSD is in a bearish trend. The market came and it played around these areas over here. It played around, and one day we had a double top. The market then came back down and gave us a reversal structure, giving us a possibility of the market going all the way towards the upside, and it's been giving us impulse move correction, and now we're having a further impulse towards the downside. So the possibilities are people are looking for a retest at this level before we can look for a continuation of sells, or possibly the market could break above these areas from a macro perspective if you're going to be looking for possible buys, because these are old highs that haven't yet been tested by EURUSD in a very long time. So the possibility of us reaching this overall lows and highs is what will help you as a swing trader if you're looking at it from a macro perspective. So we're going to remove all those drawings over there and go to where the market is currently. So if you go all the way towards the daily time frame, you can already see yet again the EURUSD just broke outside the bearish trend, right? So following the trend, we can see that EURUSD broke outside the bearish trend, but this could either be a liquidity hunt, right? The market can basically provide a liquidity hunt and push all the way towards the downside. That is a possibility. EURUSD is at a level whereby, we're in this rectangle, right? This is where the demand is. We can see the market has been failing to cross below this level a lot. So we need to wait to see whether the market will have the momentum to test the supply zones, and from there, that is when we're gonna expect an overall push all the way towards the downside in those levels, because that it will be testing those old demand zones, those old lows that we spoke about previously. And the next possibility is obviously EURUSD finding the momentum to break outside this consolidation structure and testing the overall resistance structure and giving us that bullish volatility that we're looking for on a high time frame, right? Those are the possibilities that we have for EURUSD. So if I go ahead and remove this and remove this and remove this as well, and I go to the forward time frame, I want to see exactly what the market is giving us and what to expand henceforth. So one thing that I'm seeing as well, guys, is that the market is basically still inside this region. We are yet to see exactly what is the full plan for this particular trade, but from the naked eye, you can see that we have counter trended the bearish trend. The market is giving us some possible reversal structure. We were coming from a bearish trend and we broke out a bearish trend. For those of you guys who don't know market structure, right, I can give you a quick run of market structure so that you guys are also up to speed. I can see the market has been giving us an impulse move correction, a further impulse move towards the downside, and then we had a correction, and then from there we had a change of structure. So a break of structure has a possibility of the market actually pushing all the way towards the upside, because we are changing the structure of the market. How do I say that? Why do I say that? That is because previously, guys, we're coming from what? We're coming from lower highs. This is a lower high over here, and this side were the lower highs. I want you guys to understand the change of structure, right? Those of you guys who are not up to speed with trading, right? So this side, guys, we have the lower lows, and I want to show you how we spot a change of structure. You can see the structure from here has been a bearish trend. The market had a lower low, lower high, but instead of having another lower low, we started changing the structure over here, right? We started having a higher low. Now that low is higher than the previous low. It's not a lower low, it's a higher low, right? And over here we had that overall change of structure over here. That was the first indication of possible change of structure, and the overall change of structure came over here when we had a higher high, which we crossed the previous lower high and we had a new higher high. So now these are possibilities of the market giving us a bullish structure, because this can be a possible lower high, and if that's the case, then the market will continue with the bullish momentum. Those are the possibilities, because from this level here, the reason we have a supply zone, right? The reason this is a supply zone is because already from the break of structure, the market coming from this area, right? The market coming all the way towards this area and breaking this area, breaking the previous lows. This is a break of structure that indicates a possible. Already here, this is a break of structure because we crossed the lower high. The market is no longer giving us the characteristics of a bearish trend, rather characteristics of a bullish trend. But this is what also the majority of the people are also looking at, because if you go to the 1 hour time frame, right? If you go to the 1 hour time frame, you guys can also see that EURUSD was coming from a bullish trend, right? You can see that EURUSD was in some sort of a bullish trend. Basically, guys, these are possibilities that you can use looking at the market. I just need to look at how exactly the market has been playing around. We've also, talked about this being the low for EURUSD. So the possibility is, I know a lot of people are looking for buys. I also want you guys to also have probabilities and possibilities, right? So it's probable that you guys are looking for buys, but EURUSD, we've also taught you guys about patterns. So this pattern that we have here is a bearish flag pattern, right? It could be a possible continuation. As we know, a bearish flag will come and the market will play around, and then from there it will continue pushing all the way towards the downside. This is also a bearish flag possibility. And not only that, right? Not only that, we also have a possibility of head and shoulder. You guys can see the head and shoulder over here. You guys can possibly see the head and shoulder over here. This is I made a mistake. This is the other shoulder, and this is the other possibility, right? That is why it's important for you guys to look at various possibilities that can help you know how to better predict the market, so that you know when what happens, you're able to trade. You also need to look at the time frames you're looking at. You also need to look at the sessions, different volatility. All these things come to play, especially when you're analyzing the market. So this is what's happening with USD. You need to see a break up below, a break above. But in terms of a trend perspective, right? In terms of a trend perspective, this is when we're gonna be looking for entries, right? I want to go to the lower time frame. In fact, I can start it from this side. Let me start it from this side to really cater for the last highs, to identify those proper highs, right? We can see those proper highs are there. You can see before this was a really indeed vertical high. You can see that these are the possibilities, right? You should wait for the market to break and give us that bullish structure. So you will need to wait for the market to test its levels and continue pushing up if you're going to be looking for that breakout retest of a bullish structure. That is if you're scalping, guys. Now this is if you're trading scalps. This is how you would approach the market. Basically, we understand that this would be the possible low. So if the market goes all the way here, all the way towards the downside and respects the bullish trend, we know from here the entry will be confirmed, and then we'll continue looking for the push towards the upside. And if we're looking for those sells, we're gonna look for sells all the way from here, because from there we are going to look for an entry point, right? So if we cross this area, the demand will become the new supply, and that already can give us a confirmation of an entry, right? And we're gonna wait to cross this level for us to take our second entry, right? If we're going for the overall sell, because if it sells, if it sells here, when it broke outside this trend, it's going to be a liquidity hunt, and the push will be all the way towards the downside. But it depends on how the majority are going and how the liquidity plays out. So the moment we go for sales, we break this demand zone here and we go for the supply zone, the bearish structure, you know the sales are confirmed. That will give us multiple entries for sales because we know for a fact that the majority of people who were caught from this trend are looking for overall buys. So the liquidity will continue giving us two trades like so, because even if we are going to be pushing towards the upside, we're going to look for other entries from here as well. And that is simply how the market works. We follow the trend. The trend is your friend. I see sometimes people don't really realize, you know, they can set, sometimes we get lost with a lot of teachings from people, but you know, we always focus on the basics, and that is where we build everything. And that is what helps us in the long term. So this is what we do when we look for possibilities and the market opportunities. And we also cater for the possibility whereby, you know, the market could be hitting the top of a resistance, and then from there we can have a possible sell. Those are varieties, those are different possibilities, but as long as you're able to analyze and have a sense of understanding of what to look for in the markets, you can find profitability very easy. So far, guys, I've only analyzed these two pairs. This is just a start. I want you guys to know that we care about you. I want you guys to stay tuned. Next video, we're going to be looking at two more different pairs. You can join our free group and also join our Discord community, because we're also going to help you guys with funding. The money is there. We all know the goats pay, so you guys know very well you're going to be paid. We've always been trading Forex. We always traders first. Anything else comes after, and that is why we made the video. Let us know if you guys also want 3 analysis, or we should just keep it to 2 and make it thoroughly. It's up to you. But from our side, this episode, your mentor, signing out.